Did you always know what you wanted to do with your life? Maybe that's a question that you have asked yourself before. I've been thinking back on some of the life choices I made, especially since my granddaughter, who is a junior this year, has no idea what she wants to do with her life. It's sort of like deja vu for me. The difference between myself and her is that she's a straight A student and above. I mean, they give more than 4.0 now. I've never figured that one out. But she's been taking college credits since she was in the 9th grade. She's a triathlete. She also belongs to 2 groups that are very active. She's also a manager on the boys' football team. She takes the videos for them. And she does all of this because it looks good on a college resume. So she just keeps on doing these things. And next year she's going to have to make some choices. It's going to be very difficult for her because, like I say, she has no idea what she wants to do, what career path she wants to take. So it makes you wonder, and it made me ponder and want to ask others, did you always know what you wanted to do? When I was in school, the difference between myself and my granddaughter is I really disliked school. Always. I never liked it at all. Liked the social aspect of it, but I didn't care for school itself. And so, since I didn't ever know what I wanted to do, I wanted to take a year off of school before attending college. Well, my parents decided that if I didn't want to go right away, then they weren't going to pay for it. I'm sure it was a relief to them that they didn't have to pay for it. And I went to many different types of schools during my course of my life. I mean, I went to real estate school, and I went to bartending school, and a few other places. But what was the use of going to college if you didn't know what you wanted to do, what you wanted to major or minor in, and all that? And my grades weren't that great anyway, so I would have had to take a lot of different types of classes. They didn't offer the thing like they do now for the advanced students to actually, like I say, since she was in 9th grade, she went over to the high school 3 times a week and was taking college courses over there. She probably by now has enough to graduate if she really wanted to, but she'll do her senior year. Because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and because I didn't go to college, I ended up in many low-level jobs. In fact, I was thinking about one of my first ones. My floor supervisor loved to reach out and grab my boob. When you look back on something like that now, I was appalled then, but we didn't have the Me Too then either. I finally ended up working for a major airline. You know, that's another thing. They think airline work is, what do they call those? What do they call those when you don't need a college degree to do it? Well, anyway, low level, I guess. Untechnical. I can't remember what they call it, but it's really an insult to the airline industry because what we do is hard. I mean, really hard. We have to know the computer systems, we have to know, well, there's a lot of things we have to know, but it's not easy dealing with the public, especially if there's bad weather or mechanical. So, at least I could fly, and I went a lot of wonderful places. I also, at that time, got my real estate license, so I was doing both. In fact, over the course of my life, I probably worked 2 jobs more often than not. My son and I started that lawn care business. Started out with 10 lawns the first year and ended up with 50 by the end of the season. And we did that for like 6 years until he was a senior in high school. And then I sold the business. But like I say, at that time I was also working a factory job. But we made it work. And I could send him to a private school. Which, did it help him? I don't know. It took him away from his friends. But I digress. I did go a lot of wonderful places. And was blessed with clients that became friends in the real estate industry and other agents that became friends. And airline people that became friends. So I feel maybe I ended up okay. But I was also thinking things have changed a lot about how you get a job nowadays. I'm wondering if with social media it is wise to continually post things online. Nowadays you don't go right in and apply and fill out an application and probably meet with people right then. Nowadays, you fill out an application online and then they contact you and have you come in for an interview. In the meantime, they've got artificial intelligence that is scanning your application, screening it, checking social media. In fact, I was reading the other day, there's actually career consultants to help you beat the artificial intelligence so you can get a job. All I can say is, again, boy, things have really changed since I had to enter into the job market. So I had another thought. Maybe we should warn our children, and in my case, my granddaughter, to be mindful of what they do actually post on social media, because it could come back to bite them. Competing for any job nowadays that's worth its salt is going to be very competitive. So that's my thoughts on it, and it's just a thought that we do that for our children and grandchildren to remind them of what's ahead of them. And I ask again, did you always know what you wanted to do with your life? It's something to be pondered. Okay, I guess that I have rambled enough. It was good of you to listen to me, and I will talk to you again later.